Hola amigos, SJ Mapler here, and before we start this commentary off, big shout out to Family Jewels 7X. I always say X7 for some reason, I guess it's catchier in my head, but Family Jewels 7X, who makes the best guitar covers ever, possibly. Lets people use his music, his amazing music, if they credit him, so I thank him greatly for that, because his music is amazing. And there's literally no reason why you shouldn't subscribe to him at all, unless you hate music. So go check his channel out for sure. Definitely want to see that, because everything he does is amazing, and he's pretty constant with his updates. So anyways, getting back to the actual video, this is a speed drawing of the kid from Bastion. Downloadable game, available on Steam and Xbox Live Arcade. And not on PSN, to my very disappointment. Yes, so, reason I chose Bastion is, well, one, I'm super duper I was amazingly hyped for this game, even though I knew I probably couldn't get it, and now I can get it, but, I was super duper ready to record this game, like, yeah, adventure! But then I realized I messed up this guy's hair, so I redraw it. But then I realized that even though I can play the game at like 60 frames per second, I can only record it at 3 for some strange reason, and Fraps doesn't do this for other games, just Bastion. So sadly, no videos on that. But anyways, if you want to check out Bastion, there is a Steam demo. I'm not sure about a Xbox Live Arcade demo because I'm a PS3 owner. So definitely check out this amazing magical adventure known as Bastion. Now, what is Bastion about exactly? Well, you play as the kid, the one I'm drawing here, and he's simply called the kid, and he just goes on an adventure. Because one day he wakes up and the whole world around him has been destroyed by what is known as the Calamity. So he's just floating on a rock in the sky as portrayed on the cover, which is the thing I am drawing right now. And he just gets up and goes to the Bastion, which is the place of refuge in case the world blows up. It's pretty cool that they had this whole floating island just set in case the world blows up. But anyways, anyone who's just who's alive or left just makes their way to the Bastion, and once you make it there, which is quite early on, you just rebuild the Bastion, start building up the city, and go exploring new lands, meeting new people, and it's all a very amazing adventure. Everything is colorful, beautiful, atmospheric. The music, the gameplay, the other people, the atmosphere, the enemies, and it's all art drawn by one person who I'm very envious of, because they have amazing drawing talent and amazing will to draw everything in the game. I'm dead serious. Everything in the game is drawn by one person. Well, maybe not like absolutely everything down to the percent mark, but like 99.999, if not so. Did that even make sense grammatically? I believe it did not. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, out of all 3 speed drawings I've done so far for the tube of you, this has definitely been the hardest for me. Just to like make production-wise and like to draw. It's probably the most fun also, but like it's definitely been the hardest because it's the most detailed of the 3 pictures I've drawn so far. And it's also probably the coolest, and I've added a lot more shading in this one, if you haven't noticed, and it brings a lot more life to the picture, which is pretty great. I'm actually relatively new to shading, so I'm just copying what I can in the picture, but shading makes everything look amazing, and if you're drawing, learn how to shade, because it is just awesome. Now right here I mess up his nose and I get all mad because no, I'm drawing his hand. Oh yeah, no, I thought I messed up his nose because I drew a line coming from his nose. I'm like, oh no, why did I draw that booger? And I'm like, oh no, that's his hand. That is his hand. I messed up there. Have to redraw his hand now. Oh goody. So anyways, back to the game, Bastion. you go to the Bastion, you start rebuilding the town, start meeting some people, and your whole adventure is narrated by this really awesome narrator, probably one of the best narrators of anything ever. I believe the character's name is Rux, and he just narrates your whole adventure as you're playing the game. Like, if you take a potion, he'll be like, the kid was thirsty and took a potion. Okay, he won't sound that lame. He sounds actually really awesome, and puts a lot more to the game. He's a dynamic narrator, and like, if you fall off the edge, because you're always constantly on floating isles, if you fall off, he'll be like, and then he fell to his death, but not really, or something like that. It's pretty awesome. It's definitely something to enjoy and check out. Also, another really neat feature of the game is that I think there's 13 weapons, and all of them are completely dynamic. Like, you can upgrade them with special moves and whatnot, and all of them like, are good throughout the whole game. So depending on your playstyle, you can choose any of the 13 you want, no problem, and they'll be good through the whole game. So if you want the machine gun type thing, you won't have to worry about getting super machine gun. You'll just have that machine gun, and then you can choose the skills you want for that machine gun, like super fire or power fire or something like that. And each unique weapon has its own unique moves, and you can unlock them and use them anytime in the game just to fit your strategy. So like nothing gets outperformed or unused in the game. You can just stick with a single weapon if you want to, and that's pretty darn great. Skype just finished downloading a file for a science project I'm doing, but that is unrelated. Curse you, Skype, for ruining this commentary, you evil, evil program. I will have to kill my friend later for sending me that file. Anyways, back to Bastion. Yeah, so the dynamic weapon system is pretty awesome, and this is the first game from Supergiant Games, the indie developer, and they have done a fantastic job. I highly recommend this game, and you should check out the soundtrack, you should check out the game, you should just try it for yourself. There's a demo on Steam. Not sure about Xbox Live Arcade, but if there is a demo there, check that out too. And I'm not sure if it'll give you a full taste of the game, but it'll give you an idea. Still a great thing to check out, and it's like 15 bucks too, so that just adds to the goodness, the warm and fuzzy goodness. Anyways, back to me drawing the picture. I messed up a lot of proportions on this one, actually. If you look at the picture currently, the elbow is quite jagged, and the leg has actually been drawn wrong. Like, it doesn't look like the cover, and a few things are off here and there, but like, so even after I finished the picture, I'm like, no, I gotta redo this, and then I redid it, and again, it's like, oh man, there's another thing, and another thing, and another thing, and it just taught me a lot. And, but don't worry, I fix all these things later. Like, I know it might look fine to some people right now, I'm like, oh, that leg is fine, what's wrong with that leg? But like, later on you'll be like, oh, no, it looks a lot better now. Jumping to the second part, which is the shorter portion of 2 video files that I used to record this. I'd also like to mention this is the longest speed drawing I've done. It totaled up to 50 minutes, surprisingly. It's not actually an hour long. I thought it would take me an hour, but it didn't. It was surprisingly simple, and it's actually really cool. So, the game's cover is actually really neat, too. It's just, well, what I'm drawing right now. The kid is here. He's sitting on one piece of the Bastion, and he has his trusty Kale or Sail hammer behind him, C-A-E-L, I believe, behind him, and he's just carrying a gear, and that gear actually has quite a bit of representation. Don't want to spoil it for you, but yeah, you should check it out. And he's just looking off in the distance. I personally think it's one of the pretty cool picture. Definitely a nice cover, and it's for a downloadable game too, so like you probably wouldn't see it. I'm not sure how the arcade system works on downloadable covers, but it's definitely one of the cooler ones out there. In my opinion, I haven't actually seen that many downloadable covers, to be honest. But yeah. So, what now? What now indeed? I have lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, well, when making this video, surprisingly, one of the hardest things to do was get music, because this is the first time I've worked with another person's free MP3 files, and that Family Jules 7X has provided, and for some reason, some of the files he made, they just don't work with editors. They just really hate them. Like, I've tried more than one studio editing program, Majabbers, and it's like, this song is 50 billion hours long. Why are you trying to put this in the movie? I'm like, no, it's like 3 minutes long. What are you talking about? But it's like, nope, I'm pretty sure it's 50 million hours long. Please try again later. I'm like, jeez. So I had to find some of his older files, which were not of the same format, I guess, or something. And it turns out this video would only Pokemon music, so you've probably been listening to Pokemon for the past 9 minutes. Mind you, it's awesome guitar cover to Pokemon, but still Pokemon, which is kind of awkward, because Bastion is completely unrelated. On the other hand, though, I was luckily able to sneak in his awesome Metal Gear Solid medley, and that's just amazing. You should be listening to it right now. It's free to download. You should go get it. You should subscribe to Family Jules X7, 7X, something like that. It's just amazing. I'm not gonna stop recommending him because he's just a great YouTuber to subscribe to. Anyways, we're finishing up now. As you can see, it's all shaded and beautiful and pretty. And I even put some random shading on the island below the kid, and it looked brilliant, actually. Looked like a great little floating island out there. And it's actually pretty sweet. I had a lot of fun drawing this. This gear was a jerk, though. Probably, like, the worst gear ever. Surprisingly simple, yet I got the proportions so messed up that, like, this was one of the hardest parts of the whole picture to draw. But anyways, we're about done now. I fixed the gear in the final picture, and I hope you did enjoy this presentation. Please feel free to comment and whatnot, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Peace.